Eh, my God.
Eh, my God.
Oh my God.
Let's get into it.
Hello. And
Oh my God.
yes, my first hard copy of this book club situation, because as you can see in the background, I managed to salvage some books during my move.
Oh my God. Welcome to Click Book Club. We are on book 6, which is crazy, which is Dial L for Loser. We're talking all things Dial L today. This book was such a pleasant reread for me when I did my reread. It was, I had forgotten about it completely. It is
Thanks.
so fun. Not because it was I don't know why I didn't remember. I remember there's just some that I remember so much more than others. And for whatever reason, like I read all of them. I loved all of them, but there are some that jump out and some that I'm just like, oh yeah, like the next one I remember.
First of all, do you even know what Dial L for Loser is a play on?
No.
Or did that, okay, probably nobody who read it from your generation even knows.
Okay.
But it is from a 1954 Hitchcock movie called Dial M for Murder. That was also before my time. Like, I'm not that old, but
I have full body chills. I wish you could see, but you can't because I have on sleeves, my pink sleeves, I might add. I'm wearing color.
But yes, it's based on Dial M for Murder. So Hitchcock of me.
I
Like,
love
I'm often
that.
being compared. Yes. Now you know. Now you know. And wow, on the like, Massie and Kuh-lair ended up so sweet. And last episode of our book club, we were talking about how great they were, and they really were showing like signs of alignment and real good friends. Massie goes so insanely diabolical in this book,
Beyond.
like evil.
Yeah.
So erase anything from your head about how sweet they are to each other. Claire's full victim in this book. Victim.
But she's not. Like,
No,
that's
she
the
is.
thing. She is, but she's also like, she got the job a million girls wanted.
Does not mean you get to treat her like shit. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Hello. How do you think? You think that I'm on Massie Block's side? You think that I wasn't teased mercilessly at school for being in the Click movie? Art imitates life, imitates art. I literally went through all the same stuff when I was making the movie. I had friends that were so mad that like I was jetting off to Newport, Rhode Island to stay at the Residence Inn Marriott.
Every girl's dream.
Every girl's dream. That's what's so funny. It's like, and that's, we'll get into all that, but what struck me so hard about this book is like, it is fantasy dialed to like 1,000. Because
Also
there's
not. It's
but
also
also
kind
not.
of reality. At time when the book was written, the height of Us Weekly, the height of paparazzi, the height of like celebrity insanity.
For sure. That all is very true to that era. I'm talking like them flying private and staying at the Baccarat Hotel in Beverly Hills. And like, I mean, just like luxury, luxury, luxury
and
on
the
top of
director
luxury.
just treating them like Angelina Jolie, but they're just auditioning. They don't even have the role, let alone like they're working for scale, like even if they get the job. That part is, yes, fantasy.
It's
Shall
hysterical.
we begin?
Let's go from the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning.
Because I am unhinged, and I did come out last episode and admitted that I do like plot my notes, just like my books, just like everything I do. And then I throw it all away as part of my process. But this is literally the reason why Hollywood does not often let authors write the screenplays, because when I was trying to just bullet point the plot, I've got like 4 pages with also citations of page numbers and quotes, because I can't figure out what's precious and what's not. Like, you'll probably be able to sum this book up in half a sentence, like a tweet. And I'm like flipping pages, getting carpal tunnel from turning all the pages because I wrote so much.
There's a lot here. I always love to hear your initial reaction, because like sometimes you're like, it's bad and like, what was I doing? And then other times you're like, I can't believe I wrote that. It's so inappropriate. What was your knee-jerk reaction to reading Dial L for the first time in 20 years?
Safe space? Is this a safe space?
Always.
I was thinking, I cannot believe how funny I was.
I can.
I was in awe of myself.
It's hysterical.
And then I went and got depressed because I'm like, I don't think I'm that smart or funny anymore. Like, I'm kind of flat and like life is just giving me a beat down. This is where I go. But I was like, oh my God, I was like alive. Like my imagination. And again, this is the nicest I've ever talked about myself probably in all my days on planet Earth.
For sure.
But It really is such a joy to go back and read these
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, now I get it. Like, even at the time when I was writing them, it was such a grind. I wrote 2.5 of these a year, which, like, if you can even wrap your head around, that's multiple revisions. It was just nonstop. Like, I'd get
Yeah.
maybe 2 weeks off a year where I was not in like massive anxiety
Yeah.
deadline mode. And to
Right.
know me at that time was to be like, we don't ever see you or talk to you.
Yeah.
And I had no distance from it. I have no memory and a tremendous amount of distance. So that equals me reading it like a complete stranger. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is really funny. Like the girls are
Yeah.
funny. The characters are quirky as hell and funny. And then there are moments of real profound character realizations where they're sort of major issues, the things that drive them to be their worst, are so crystallized and clear that I was like, yet again, reminded that you and I are on the exact right path for the new book because the shit that we're giving them to worry about 25 years later is exactly the stuff that they worried about when they were in
Lisi,
seventh
I
grade.
was thinking the
It's
same
wild.
thing. It is wild. Again, it feels it's so inherent to us now that we don't even realize that we're doing it. And then you look back and it's like, oh my God, we just know these girls so
Yes.
inside out. But we did, like, when I think about it, in terms of plotting the new book, we really took our time outlining each girl and going through each thing and peeling back each layer of every single character. Like, remember when this happened? Remember that? Like, and use them as reference and example. But
I had not reread these books when we were plotting. I had no memory of these stories. They are just so in my DNA.
you also remember feelings. You always say that. You can't
Yes,
remember anything,
yes.
but you remember feelings. And so you remember the feelings of each of these characters
Yes.
so much, even if you didn't remember the details. However, I think that doing the reread has been a really good thing for you in moving
Agreed.
forward with this book. Like, I think actually, like, as much as you didn't want to do it, it's really beneficial.
I'm so into it now. I'm
It's
so
so
into
fun.
it.
This book in particular, like, if I had to sum up Dial L in one word, it would just be fun. This book is so fun to me. It's just like whimsy and glamour and chaos and
Chaos is the word.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun
I
chaos.
didn't see, I was like a little bit, I felt a lot of things for
Love
for
it.
Claire in this one. Like I had
Yeah.
so much compassion for Claire and Massie, but Massie was really so nasty and evil and really just did that very basic thing that mean girls do. But like Mean Girl 101, there wasn't even a lot of nuance or craft involved in her evil. It was just immature evil. Like you have the thing I want. And so I'm jealous of you and I'm going to make you suffer. It was that basic and that
Yeah.
global, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, something we can all relate to. And it's going to be something that I think Massie is going to continue with in the new book for sure. I think in a more passive aggressive, smarter way.
She's not going to be as just like bold-faced evil because
Right.
and I've seen it. Like we've seen it with dealing with adult mean girls. They're not as vicious as they were when we were in 7th grade, but it's all still there. And I'm cutting this obviously, but I was thinking it like, oh my God, she can't stand for Claire to be the star. She cannot
Yeah.
stand it. And no one is a bigger star than a bride.
Don't cut that. That's true.
Okay, I'm not cutting it. And so, yes, okay, I guess everyone knows that she's getting married, but yeah, okay,
Yeah.
we have said that. So Claire's getting
We have
married.
said that.
And so this book really rings true in so many ways for the new novel because it's like nothing makes her crazier than Claire being the star. I think even more than like if Alicia had a star moment. It's the fact that it's
100%.
Claire, like it really gets under her skin in a crazy, irrational, nonsensical way. I mean, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Well, it threatens her relevance. Nobody's worshiping her.
We need to go through plot. I was literally
we're
thinking the same thing.
Already into like the essence
We're
and
getting-
the soul and the subtext.
We're getting ahead
and
of
the-
ourselves. So last we heard from these girls, last book club, we talked about The Pretty Committee Strikes Back, where they go on the iconic Lake Placid trip, which is so just amazing. I love that book. And they get expelled from OCD. They get kicked out of school.
because they took off into the woods and went missing.
Hid Kristen, who wasn't supposed to be there, and all this stuff. So they all get kicked out of school. So it's funny how, what a fantasy that could be. I remember when people would get detention or get suspended or expelled, a little piece of me be like, "Ugh, bitch, you get a free vacation."
Totally.
I'm jealous, but it's a punishment. It's funny how some of them view it as punishment and some of them, like Massie and Alicia, are like, more time to go to the mall.
I mean, it opens with them at the mall. And I did, of course, write this quote down. So they've been expelled. And Massie's like, stores are the new classrooms, salespeople are the new teachers, food courts are the new cafeteria, and visas are the new 7th grade ID cards. And it's just, how fun is that?
That's her heaven.
That's her heaven. She's like, she can do whatever she wants during this expulsion with no plan of like how, where are they going next, really, as long as she can prove it's educational. And Kristen lost her scholarship. She's fucked. She's got to carry around a backpack full of books at all times. And her mother's like constantly checking in on her to make sure she's studying. Claire has to get up at the same time every day that she would have had she been going to school, and stand outside in the cold and wait for Isaac to pick her up for school, even though she's not going to school. That was taken from my life because when I got suspended, my dad made me get up every morning, shower, go through the motions.
My parents would have done the same thing. Like, again, like normal good parents. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Why'd you get suspended? What did you do?
Great question. I think I told you this before. I put the substitute music teacher's guitar picks up my nose. Stole them off his desk, put them up my nose, and got suspended. That's private school for you.
It's like a pretty harsh punishment for that crime.
Exactly.
I was never suspended. I got detention. Oh my God, a problem that I had as a millennial in high school. This is so millennial because you didn't have this problem for one reason and Gen Z doesn't have this problem for another reason. I got phone detention like multiple times.
What does that mean?
We weren't allowed to be on our cell phones at school.
Oh, I thought you served it over the phone, which would also make sense for millennials.
Phone detention.
It's too traumatic to serve it in person. Just do it over the phone.
And this is where I'm like, Gen Z is so fucking soft. Like, they don't have any idea what we went through. You know what they did? Which now would be like, that's intrusive to my privacy and my property. You would get caught with your phone in class. And I had a BlackBerry. It was so cunty. Like, I'm just like typing furiously on my BlackBerry under my desk. Love it. I had a BlackBerry and I would get caught being on my phone in school and they would go, okay, hand it over, phone detention. They would take your phone. There was a phone detention person, like a vice principal or someone who ran phone detention. And until you sat for an hour after school in detention in the cafeteria, then you could get your phone back. But you could not get your phone back in your possession unless you went to phone detention.
I like that. I support it.
It's so normal. But also, I'm like, these kids now are like using iPhones for homework.
No, they're texting. I text my kids when they're in class.
That's
insane.
insane.
They can use their phones.
That's insane.
It's crazy. And I actually brought it up to the principal at one point because I am that person. Not really.
It's like
it's
too far gone.
And I said, why are we allowing this in class? And they were like, well, because phones are allowed in the real world. So we have to train them to use them and have discipline and control themselves. And I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I'm not on my cell phone during meetings.
No, right.
Like, you should be on your cell phone during class. If you're not, that should be the rule. Like,
it should not be allowed at school. But then every parent's
Between
like, then how
class-
do I get in touch with like Gavin? And it's like,
you can go an hour. You can go an hour.
Yes.
Like, and you
let
have
them figure it
periods.
out.
Like, you have what do we call them? Like, between class periods where you'd have to walk across campus or whatever. Like, that's okay. You can be on your phone during that time, but like, you shouldn't be on your phone during class. Anyway, digression.
Moving
Back to the
on.
book.
So anyway, these girls have varying degrees of punishment and they're bored. And at OCD, there's a lot of protests going on to get them back. But then there's also some uprisings from two factions, one called the Country Club and one called the Crew. And these are like groups of girls that are trying to now take over as the alphas. So there's a lot of like unrest, political unrest going on at OCD.
Like Bloods and Crips at OCD.
Total Bloods and Crips. Inflaming Massie's anxieties because she's like, her biggest fear, I will be replaced.
My God.
So she's like freaking out. But then they get this incredible opportunity. Mary Lee Marvel, Dylan's mom, who has a talk show, is having Hadley, Dirk, and Abby Boyd on as
These
guests.
names. These names.
And they are two teen starlets who are starring in the new movie called Dial L for Loser. And they're going to be on her show. And she invites the girls, the expelled girls, like, come on down and watch the taping. So they go down and there's some tension. And first of all, oh my God, this felt weird to me. So you got to look behind Massie's, how she's sort of always leading everybody in the trends. And you're made to believe that she just comes up with it all on her own. And that's her magic. You got to peek into the fact that she's copying Abby. She's copying Abby.
Yeah.
And getting all of her style tips from this actress that she just completely looks up to the point where she got extensions because Abby had extensions. She's doing
Hilarious.
everything. Gets to the studio to find out that Abby cut her extensions. And that's what Massie would do, right? If anybody started following her, she'd move on to the next thing.
Totally.
Right from the beginning, Massie's just getting this sense of, I'm not as cool as I thought I would. And at the studio, one of the girls has like heads like Claire. One of the girls thinks Dylan is so funny. Nobody's paying attention to Massie and she's losing her mind. And what happens, just long story short, Dylan in the bathroom hears some gossip that Abby stole Hadley's boyfriend for like the second time. And Calgary Edwards, who I forgot about, I completely forgot that Mary Lee has a co-host named Calgary Edwards.
Calgary. So Canadian. You're so crazy.
So
you're just
Calgary,
like, what's a funny name? Canada. Calgary.
Calgary. I mean, it's actually kind of good.
It is good.
Calgary is in the bathroom with her mic on, which again, taken from my days at MTV. That happened all the time. If you had a mic on and you went to the bathroom and did not take it off or have the audio guy turn it down, everyone's hearing you go to the bathroom. Like it was just so
classic.
Real. So Calgary's mic picks up the fact that Dylan is sharing all the gossip, and then it gets out to the girls in the whole studio, and Hadley basically quits the movie. She's like, you took my boyfriend yet again. I'm out.
Is this inspired by anything? Because I have a reference in mind that is so millennial, like violently millennial, and it feels exactly like the dynamic between these two starlets.
Who?
Are you aware of the whole Hillary Duff, Lindsay Lohan feud?
Yes, and that's exactly yes. I knew you were going to say that.
Yes. It's very that. I love it.
So again, I was in the heart of pop culture when I was writing this stuff. So all that stuff made it in. So basically, the director, Rupert, decides I'm sick of working with these Hollywood types. There's too much drama. I liked those like little girls who were at the studio. Why don't we fly them down to LA and one of them can audition for Hadley's role? So this is where he sends the private jet and the 5-star hotel and everything that would never happen in real life.
Kristen doesn't get to go because her mom won't let her.
Kristen doesn't get to go and Dylan doesn't get to go.
And he says that Dylan brings bad energy because of the whole thing that happened. So Dylan, who's the whole reason that these girls even got this opportunity in the first place, gets totally screwed over. She doesn't get to go. So it's Massie, Alicia, and Claire. So Claire's mom and Massie's mom, Kendra, go with the girls on the private jet to Hollywood. They're having a time. Kendra's like, yay, let's go to Rodeo Drive. It's hysterical. So then they have to audition, though. All three of them are pitted against each other to audition.
Yes. Now, this is
So
classic
wild.
because what Massie does here is so Massie and also taken slightly from a page of my life, but in a lot less of a severe way. They all learn their lines. Massie decides she's got her lines figured out, and then she starts distracting the other two so that they can't learn their lines more than Massie learns her lines, which is so insanely diabolical. It's sort of taken from a page of my life, only in that when I used to go to sleepovers, and I hate, when it's weird, like falling asleep in a stranger's house or like different.
I hated it.
House
I would
energy.
always chicken out and have my mom come get me.
So I never wanted to be the last one awake because that would be so creepy. Where I would ask all the girls all these questions or make them tell me this really long story. So while they were talking, I'd fall asleep first. And that's sort of what she does here with the lines. So they all audition. And of course, Massie goes first. And Rupert, the director, basically accuses her of being too confident, which is not good because she's playing a loser.
Right.
And Massie's so full of herself. She doesn't even know that being told she was played it too confident is an insult. She's like, thank you so much. And then Alicia's told she's too beautiful for the role. And she's like, thank you so much. And of course, Claire nails it because she can channel loser. So she gets the role. Now, before we go even any further, I want to ask you, how you truly prepared for the role, because the advice that they give in the book is don't think about the character, become the character. As a real actress, how do you prepare for these roles?
Well, The Click is a perfect example. What was interesting about that audition process is that I auditioned for Massie first, as all of us did. And of course I wanted to be Massie. Who doesn't want to be like the fabulous one wearing the fabulous clothes? I knew I wasn't the physical type. Like, I knew that they were going to call me back for Claire, and I was like honestly bummed about it. It's like,
Oh my God.
which
Meanwhile,
is
you
so
are so
human.
perfect. Yeah.
It's so human and so 7th grade. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I want to be the cool girl. I don't want to be the
Yeah.
lame girl in overalls, which now I would have it no other way, obviously. But my vain 13-year-old self wanted to be wearing Marc Jacobs knotkeds. I don't know if I've even told you this. I coached so much for those auditions. So like child actors, this is the norm, which I'm like, how do people do? Like, I don't know how my parents like made it happen. Parents just make it happen no matter, I mean, even in other circumstances with sports and extracurriculars, like it's so expensive. Kids are so expensive. And I private coached with my acting teacher before every single audition for like hours. I have no idea how much money my parents spent on that, and especially for this movie, because we had like 8 or 9 callbacks and I coached every single time.
Amazing. How did they coach you? What were some things that they had you do or ways that they coached you?
How do I say this delicately? I wasn't an LBR in middle school. And I've said this, like I was the Alicia of my middle school clique. My friend Katie was the boss and she was like mob boss, Massie Block. So I always felt like cool. I had cool, smart, fun, cute friends always in middle school and high school. Of course, like as there is in this whole series, like there's Massie on Alicia crime, Alicia on Dylan crime. I mean, it's girl on girl crime all the way around always. But I didn't feel like an outsider ever. Like I was in. So that was a thing that like my coach and I had to work on, where he's like, she's shy. Like this girl is moving to a new place and like she's sweet and vulnerable. She's not you who like stomps into a new school and has a whole group of friends in like a week. You know, that's not what it is. So I did a lot of coaching with this man, Steven Anderson, shout out, my coach for years. Yeah. So I coached a lot. I coached a lot.
You really had to act.
I really had to act. Mandy Lyon, our costume designer, talks about it too. She's like, oh my God, of course, out of all of them, I was so dialed into the clothes. I'm the one like bringing Teen Vogue to the makeup trailer, flipping through my magazines. It's like cosplaying as like a fashionable adult. I wanted to be 30s. Again, I always wanted to be 30, like literally 13 going on 30. So that was me. I'm carrying my tote bag with nothing in it. Like, what did I need?
Incredible.
I didn't have any money. What am I carrying around? 5 different lip glosses in a giant bag. Like I say, I'm a Claire Rising.
Love it. Love it. Okay.
So that was my experience, but I mean, yeah, I coached a lot. And I coached the entire movie. When I got the part, that's even crazier. When I got the part, I spent a full week. I booked out my coach for like 6 days. And we worked through the entire script for 6 days straight. And like he coached me beat by beat by beat by beat.
Did any of the other girls have a coach?
We all did. Oh my God, that's like the norm. Everyone has a coach.
The production pay for the coach at this point?
What do you think? No.
It's hard to say.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
Right.
Warner Premiere was not like shelling out the big bucks for the coaches. I mean, honestly, they should have, but no, they did not. They didn't pay for shit.
So Claire gets the role and the other two are beside themselves. And I literally have in my notes, page 145, cunt. That's literally what I wrote on my notes because Massie is so evil. So Claire is missing Cam during this whole thing. They're finally in such a good place. And when Massie finds out she doesn't get it, she's so like tries to make going back to Westchester the thing to do. And that Claire's missing out. She's got to stay here in LA and play a loser. Like that sucks where Massie's going back to be with the boys. And like, I hope Cam doesn't forget about you. Like, just EVIL. Then, right at the last minute, Mary Lee Marvel comes in again and offers Massie and Alicia correspondence jobs, which is like you be our boots on the ground reporters talking about the production and getting behind the scenes. I mean, honestly, these girls.
Which is perfect for Alicia. Massie is like not a personality hire. That is not the person for that job. Alicia's great for that job. She loves to be a host. She's like fake journalist in her bedroom. And again, it's so funny with the new book, like not to be annoying, thing, but it all comes back.
Yeah.
All of this stuff. It comes into the fold. Also, I have to say about like the boy piece of it, it's so funny because when I reread this, I did have the thought because I had like my 8th grade boyfriend when I jetted off to Newport to film The Click, and he would like text me every day. I'm like, I was so excited to be there, but I was like sad to be away from my like 8th grade boyfriend, Mitch Camacho. And such a sweet boy. Really fucked that up. He's like done really well, but
not too late.
He's the nicest boy ever. And you're gonna die at this. Like so cam coded. I literally, art imitates life, imitates art. When I booked the movie, he read the entire series. Literally went on a full binge, read all the books that were published up to that point, became like the biggest fan of The Click ever, was so cute. Such a nice boy, and I love his parents, like so sweet, but like truly so cute, so sweet. He's like in 8th grade homeroom reading Click books, like the only boy. Can you imagine? So cute.
It takes a real man to do that. Like a
I know.
real hetero man to be
I
like,
know.
I don't give a fuck. I'm reading this. It's so hot.
No, I
Job,
literally, I
bitch.
think he's like a scientist. Like he's like super smart because he read The Click.
Very influential series. Very. A lot of STEM undertones in The Click. A lot.
Tons.
Meanwhile, I just realized that Massie's initials are MB Mob Boss.
Yeah, Mob Boss.
I'm going to say I meant to do that at all times. When people like are always
Totally.
like, how'd you get the name Massie Block? I'm going to say because the initials were Mob Boss.
Yeah,
Well,
and karma comes
Massie
around
freezes,
and bites them in the ass.
And Alicia just starts cracking up. And then they're going to get fired. And Mary Lee is basically, if you don't get me some real celebrities, like stop filming craft services, stop showing me the set. I need real freaking celebrities that sell. Let's go. So what they do here is insane. Well, basically also, I mean, Claire's becoming friends with the stars, with Connor, who speaks about himself in third person. He walks around with Marlboros in his mouth, but doesn't light them. He calls everybody baby girl, like he's something. And he's a stud. And he and Crazy Abby and Claire become besties. And so they're out partying and they're not including Massie and Alicia. So again, you could, each time, like just picture Massie getting more and more lit up. And in order to pay back Claire for just having a moment of success in her life, which God forbid, and for not inviting her out, which is a whole other thing, Massie and Alicia plant some stuff in Claire's trailer and then do a whole segment on it for Mary Lee's show. What does she plant? May I?
You may. Please, mother, tell us.
They sprinkle some objects in Claire's trailer so that when they shoot the segment, it's a little bit of an expose. Pink bottle of Pepto-Bismol, and judging from the big tube of Oxy, she also has some major zits and bad breath. Alicia held up a bottle of Listerine and a mustache. Massie held up a bottle of Jolene face bleach and bladder control issues. Alicia held up a package of Depends undergarments and female baldness. Massie displayed a box of ladies' Rogaine and dandruff. Alicia held up a bottle of Head & Shoulders and athlete's foot. Massie sprayed some Desenex and jock itch. Alicia burst out laughing as she threw a can of Cruex over her shoulder.
Every ailment under the sun, like every single one, like what's next? Hemorrhoids? Like seriously, it's insane.
Yes. So unfortunately, Connor would believe Claire was a nervous, stinky, hairy, incontinent, balding, flaky, itchy mess, just like the rest of America. So this is what Claire gets for having some success in her life.
So unfortunate.
And I don't remember the timeline, but I don't know if you remember an MTV show called Room Raiders, which I created with my friend Adam DeVello. Room Raiders. I don't know if this idea of planting the stuff in the room was taken from Room Raiders or if it inspired Room Raiders, but it was a dating show. It was it was so good and I'm very proud of it.
Those like on MTV, those shows were so
Adam
good.
And
like
I made that show. So
like
it was,
Date My Mom and Next, like those were like the best shows ever.
Room Raiders.
I loved.
Girls would go into a guy's bedroom and have no idea. Like the guy would get pulled out of his bedroom for real. So he had no time to clean or get rid of anything. Like whatever state his room is in, when he was abducted is how it is. And the girls, 3 different girls, go through the room and they also have a black light. So they turn off the lights and
this is like some
room.
early 2000s chaotic, wild shit.
And I was allowed to make that show. So you wonder why the books sound like they do. This is the world I was living in people and it was a hit
That's
show.
what it was. Like, that's what it was.
Yes.
I remember that now, Room Raiders. That's coming back to me.
So good. What the guy was like based on what was in his room, how his room, like how
Can
clean
tell
it
a
was,
lot about a
everything.
person.
You
Yeah.
can tell a lot about a person. We need to bring that show back. That was amazing. Anyway,
So poor Claire, even though like she's crushing it, she's a movie star, still getting like bullied the
Beat
shit
down.
out of. Just, oh my God, it's such a beatdown. And like, it's such insane behavior. The poor girl. But it's so funny because Massie, this is what's so funny about this whole book and her, like, she didn't want to be an actress. She couldn't even commit to acting for the audition. Like, she wanted
Right.
to just be fabulous. She couldn't even do that. And it's so funny because my friends and I have conversations similarly all the time where we know, and we're grown, and I know people who are professional actors, quote, who I really think that they're in it for ego. There are some people where I'm like, oh, you just want to be the star. You just want to be the center of attention. You're not actually like naturally good at this and you don't love it. You know, like
you just want fame.
Not even fame. It's not even fame. It's just like attention. They like being like the person in front of the camera or the person in the makeup chair or whatever. Like that element of it is so alluring that it's enough to be an unemployed actor, aka a bartender, just because like you want that. And then there's other people in my life who are brilliant actors, obviously, but that's like the least of their concern. They love the work. They just want to show up. They think auditioning is fun. They love to write and be creative. Like it's so organic, authentic, naturally gifted, all of those elements. And then there's other people where I really do think that they're in it completely for ego and attention. It's so interesting. And so that's like Claire. That's not why she is in it at all. The perks are nice. The perks are fun. She's running around with starlets and getting paparazzi'd. And like, how is that not going to feel fabulous too?
She's not, that's
A
not why she's doing
13-year-old.
it. She actually has no interest in it. She's not
No,
interested
but she's
in
good.
the
But
act-
she's
trying
good at
to
it.
perfect the craft. She's actually
she's good at
trying
it.
to do
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
For Massie, that's the whole picture. Who cares
That's
about
the
making
only
the movie?
picture.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's why I write books, to be famous. It's the fast track
Imagine.
to fame is being an author.
Isn't it crazy? Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's so sad. So Connor now invites Massie and Alicia over to his house to decide which one he's going to take to the wrap party.
The rap
Yes.
party.
And has them compete. First of all, he's like, I'll decide when I see who looks better in a bathing suit. And then like has them
Nuts.
have swimming contests. I'm surprised he does not have the mud wrestling. And basically there's paparazzi there that he planted because we now learn that he's having these paparazzi wars with Abby, who he was dating the whole time, but nobody knew about it. And he's trying to get her jealous. So he's now having paparazzi take pictures of Alicia and Massie at his house to get Abby jealous. When the paparazzi takes these pictures, he gets one of Alicia with like a booger hanging out of her nose and one of Massie picking the bathing suit out of her butt crack. And this is what ends up in us.
Amazing,
pretty much
amazing.
Massie's rock bottom.
That's as bad as it could get for her. Yeah, that's pretty
Mhm.
rough. Like an unflattering paparazzi photo, which they were, again, is so that time and that
Ugh.
culture. They were so awful. The way that these girls were treated during that time.
Like
Oh my
desperation
God.
to shoot someone in a bikini and have them look like shit.
Oh my
It was
God.
so
and
evil.
it was
Evil.
so evil and crazy. Oh my God. I can't believe. And then it's like, no wonder all of us grew up with this like crazy image issues.
Totally.
Like this is what we were, we were flooded with that stuff. My God, you know what I think of when I think of paparazzi time? And this is so wild. Or just like the tabloids running with something so hard in such an unfair way is when Jessica Simpson performed for like the military, like the troops, and she wore those high-waisted jeans. Do you remember this?
Did she have camel toe?
No, it was after she had done Dukes of Hazzard where she was starving. Like
Yes.
she weighed 2 pounds.
Yes.
We all remember that. Like
Yes.
that music video was insane. It was after that. And she was just wearing like high-waisted mom jeans at this event. And the way that like she was shot from below, the angles were so unflattering and horrible. It was across the cover of every tabloid. Like
Ugh.
she's fat, literally calling her fat. And I read her memoir. Fabulous read.
Loved it. Loved it.
Loved it. And she talks about it and she's like, I was a size 4. She's like, looking at it now,
Well,
that's
they were all calling
insane.
her anorexic at the time, and then they go to calling her fat. Like, you cannot win.
The body image stuff
Evil.
of that time was so insane, so prevalent. And oh my God, that's like one thing where I think the pendulum has swung in a nice
Definitely.
direction.
In a good way. Yes.
In a good way.
Definitely.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
is, it was so vicious.
Here's the part that kind of felt weird to me. I'm calling myself out right now. So the fighting has reached its just apex of hell. And Claire has just been so abused by her quote unquote friends. They all wind up in an elevator together and the meanness just continues. And Claire is just, she's had it. And she realizes she has nothing left to lose. Like Massie took a video of Claire kissing Connor, which she had to do for the role, sent it to Cam, said she's
So
cheating on you.
mean.
Like next level. And so now Claire and Cam are not talking. And Claire has this realization that I have nothing left to lose. I have no friends. I have no boyfriend. Like nothing. I'm done. I don't care. And so when they get out of the elevator, she grabs a handful of chocolates from the housekeeping cart
Yeah.
and just whips them at Massie and Alicia, whips
Love.
them. So now I'm flashing back to the post-teen Vogue photo shoot episode.
Violence.
And I'm like, wait, why are we solving all this stuff with violence? And then it's like this crescendo and it's like an emotional orgasm. And then everybody's like, calm. Claire pegs these girls with chocolate. And the next thing you know, they're all laughing and everything's fine. And I kind of wish that Claire had just not dealt with them at all. She did have a moment of strength where she was like, I have nothing left to lose, that it resulted in like a goofy expression as opposed to something really hard hitting, which they deserved, like some sort of big speech or some sort of
Or
high road.
silence. Yeah,
Something.
high road.
High road example of strength. If
Yeah.
I could rewrite anything, it would be that ending because I didn't like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, she could have done better.
Also, that's what being 12, 13 is all about. It's the mess of it all. Like,
I wish
you
I
know,
could give
of
myself
course-
that much credit. I don't think it is.
No.
I don't know why that was the choice. I don't remember.
I mean,
But
I like slapped a girl in 7th grade, which is insane. That's the only time I've ever acted like that in my life. Like, it's
that
such
would
a
have made
heightened
sense to me.
experience.
if Claire turned to
Yeah.
Massie in the elevator and smacked her
Smacked
across the
her.
face, I'd be like, yes, good job.
Yeah, but that's not her. She's not. It's just like
Correct.
throwing candy is her version
Mhm.
of slapping someone.
That's a good point. You're
Speaking
right.
of absolution, should we go on to the NFL, the no-fly
Yeah.
list? Okay, so this is a segment that we do on every book club episode called the NFL, which is the no-fly list, meaning things that were published in the original Click series that would not fly in 2026. Let's go
Well,
through the no-fly
you're
list.
going to be the judge. I'm going to read the ones that I pulled, and you're going to tell
Okay.
me if you think they would fly today. Hadley twirled one of her signature Pocahontas braids.
No.
Cultural
No.
appropriation, Pocahontas, delete.
No.
Okay.
Delete.
Alicia's arms were folded across her C cups. Why do I keep talking about their boobs?
Because it was like, it literally ran my life. It was my inner saboteur my entire time of middle school. Like, I had full C cups by the time I was in 8th grade and I wanted to jump off a bridge. So yeah, I was constantly folding my arms across my C cup. So again, like, love my girl, always related to her. I don't think it would fly with editors and publishers.
Like
Sensitivity
justification of a
readers.
12-year-old. So
Yeah. Like,
A chubby production assistant in a white apron squeezed by with a silver cart of ingredients.
I think that
Chubby.
would fly. That's
You
not
think
bad.
chubby would fly? Okay.
I would think.
Here's an interesting one. I meant to write, obviously, wife beaters as the tank top, which would not fly today. But in the book, it said white beaters. So I can't remember if copy editing made that change.
Yeah, maybe it got flagged.
Rupert, the director, gave them welcome cookies and wrote a note that said, to my future starlet, enjoy this cookie. It will be your last. Basically,
Literally so funny. Like, now starve because you're going to be a movie star for sure. Yeah, that's crazy.
Alicia emerged from the hotel shower, her boobs jiggling inside her robe. Why?
Absolutely not.
Gross.
Absolutely
Gross.
not. Absolutely
Ew,
not.
I'm disgusted. Okay, here's another one. A Kanye West song blasted through the speakers. No, because I would never give Kanye West anything right now. So highlight, delete that one.
Totally.
Okay, here's a really gross one. Claire's shirt had a water stain right above her Hershey's Kiss shaped boobs. Why? Okay.
Yeah, did you read that and just go like, what?
Yes, I
fuck?
was disgusted. It really just does show how much our culture has changed. It is more it is really stunning to look at it this way.
I
And go, this
know.
was our lifetime. Like,
Yeah,
And that it
crazy.
sounds so harsh in our ears and our souls.
And
Gross.
then we didn't bat an eye. No one did. I
No
know.
one. Connor tells Claire her legs work as good as they look, which fine, gross. But then Hadley loses the race, takes off her black thong underwear, and whips it as a security guard as they leave the lot.
Let's talk about the thong for a second.
Okay.
The thong was introduced culturally as I was coming of age. It was not a thing. Like, y'all did not wear thongs in high school.
We wore granny panties and we were super
Yeah.
proud of it. Like full coverage up to the belly button.
I cannot imagine. Like, imagine. But it was one of those things where it was kind of scandalous. Like, who's
It
wearing a
was.
thong and who's not when I was in 7th grade, because this was literally happening in real time. Okay, you know what it is? Victoria's Secret used to do a promotion where if you bought a lip gloss, you got a free pair of underwear with the lip gloss.
They were definitely part of the problem.
They were the problem. Yeah. And so I went. And as a ploy, because my friends and I all wanted thongs, but we didn't want to go with our moms because we were embarrassed to buy thongs with our moms, or we thought our moms wouldn't let us because it's too like trashy. I don't know. We would go to Victoria's Secret and buy lip gloss under the guise of like getting a free thong out of it without our moms knowing. And then again, like so stupid. My mom's doing my laundry. Like she's gonna see it. So stupid.
Right.
Like what was I thinking?
So funny. I really remember when those hit the scene and everyone was wearing the super low, like Frankie B jeans.
Yes.
And so they'd have
and the thong coming out,
sticking
the whale
top.
tail, the whale tail. It was a thing. I remember thongs being such a scandal during those days. And now it is unfathomable to me. Like, I have not worn anything but since 7th grade. I've not worn full coverage underwear ever. And my mom is like, I don't know how you go through life like that with that thing up your ass. Like, how do you wear underwear like that? I'm like, how do you not
coverage under jeans and it like slides up and like you see the panty lines and like all of it. But I do remember having to physically adapt to that feeling. Like when you first had to wear a bra, you're like, oh, this feels so weird. And like, but now, I can't fathom anything else. But who came up with that? Like, I know there'll be a thin strip of lace up your ass.
You know what it probably was actually? The origin story of the thong is probably the dance belt. Do you know what a dance belt is?
No.
So ballerina men, because they wear those tights, but they need like a jock. They need like they can't just be freeballing it in tights. So all male dancers forever, like, I mean, going back, I mean, God knows, I don't know when the dance belt was invented, but like Mikhail Baryshnikov, like in the 70s, 60s was for sure wearing a dance belt. It's a thong for men so that they didn't have like boxer lines or panty lines in those tights while they're dancing. So I guess someone probably was like, well, why would women have panty lines in life?
Wait, I'm having a really profound realization in real time right now.
What?
Oh my God. So the bulges on male ballerinas,
Yeah.
that's like the cup.
It's padded. Yeah. It's like fully like.
Because I'm like, why are all these male
Why are they so well endowed?
Yes. And it
Yeah.
never hit me that they're getting some help. It's their water bra, if you will.
Well, it's not even a water bra. It's not like a thick thing, but it's just to keep it smooth. So like it is like it's like
they're
a cup.
tacking on something. Like they're paying attention.
Yeah.
To how that looks.
Yeah.
They could be yenteling it down and like strap it down and completely make it look like nothing. There's that option.
Yeah.
They went full the other way.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, here's one, my last one. This is talking about Claire and her rock bottom and how she has nobody. If friends were houses, she would have been homeless. Now would be if friends were houses, she would have been unhoused.
I'm going to need you to start watching The Real Housewives at some point. One of the women has a charity on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills called Homeless Not Toothless, where they fix homeless people's teeth. And the women, like, for the life of them, cannot remember the name of this charity. They're like, toothless, not homeless. Wait, what is it? Is it homeless, not toothless? And then, like, Kathy Hilton, of course, is like, what, the Toothless and Homeless Foundation? Like, literally, they can't get it right ever. It is
so funny.
So funny. And so whenever I hear homeless, all I think is, it's homeless, not toothless.
That's genius.
My Bravo GLUs. I hope you enjoyed that.
Wait, I have to bring up 3 things. The flashbacks too. Little time capsule things. That Claire has an elf camera. Remember those? They were all the rage.
I had one,
Coolest.
of course.
the best. So small and
course.
cute. Here's one that I truly don't remember. So I'm going to need your help here. They were communicating over this thing called eyesight. Did I
I don't,
make that up?
you might have made
Is
it up.
that-
It might have been like FaceTime in the future
I
before.
think I did a lot of that stuff. I predicted a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
This is
I
a
don't
safe
know
space, and I'm
eyesight.
being very braggy.
So where do we end up in this book?
We end with the girls all go back to Westchester, which actually
Mhm.
seems grounded compared to their experience in Hollywood. It's like,
Isn't
oh,
that funny?
Safe back in the normal Westchester. So
Right.
they're back. Everybody throws them a surprise party because welcome home. We missed you guys. And also, Kristen got them all reinstated back into school by writing a brilliant essay on the meaning of life. So,
Love it.
yay.
Mhm.
Everything's amazing. Claire makes out with Cam at the very end, and it's like a Hollywood kiss because she learned a lot on set, and it's the most epic moment ever. But can we leave a book like that? God, no, we can't. So what happens?
Dun dun.
As they're making out, she gets a call from a talent agency in LA offering her the opportunity to move to LA and become a star. So next book, It's Not Easy Being Mean, we're definitely going to have to see what Claire decides. Is she going to give up Cam for Hollywood, Cam for cameras? I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Do you remember It's Not Easy Being Mean at all? I'm so excited. It's funny. New characters come into the fold. It's kind of like Invasion of the Boy Snatchers in terms of like ancillary characters like being disruptive. It's really fun. If I'm not wrong, I think It's Not Easy Being Mean is The Hidden Room.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's right.
Such a fun one.
Can I show you something that I found? It's a blue box with some beautiful decorations on it. Shiny,
Damask.
glossy. Damask. Thank you.
Mhm.
Inside is the click. I can't find my words right now.
Cosmetic case.
Cosmetic case. And inside the cosmetic case, let's open that up.
Wait, you're kidding.
Glossip Girls in their plastic still.
You know what? I'm pissed. I never had
1,
this.
2, 3, 4, 5. I used to have so many. God only knows where they are. I probably threw them all out when I was moving. But then if you go below this box, the summer collection books are inside. It's the cutest thing I ever done seen.
Oh,
For the
I
listener,
love
I am
summer
fanning
collection.
out all the summer collection books that were inside this jewelry box of delights.
Wait, we actually
along-
need to look at publication order. When did summer collection come out?
So it came out
Between
over-
which ones?
It will be between the end of 7th grade. It's the summer between 7th and 8th grade. So we'll know.
I know,
when we
but
get
which
there.
book is that? Oh my God. Okay, fun. So we'll know.
know.
Because
just
then we'll
know.
just
When
do,
you
we
know,
don't
you
have to
know.
cover each one, but like we'll just do a summer collection episode for book club. That'll be really fun.
Dude, I'm not afraid to do each one. I can't wait to read them. I'm so excited.
I remember loving them. I loved them so much. It was so fun to have. And they all came out
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, so here's a lesson, everybody. When people tell you something is a bad idea, but you know in your soul that it's not, keep pushing, because everybody told me that the summer collection was a horrible idea. And to release little novellas would nobody's anyway.
Right.
Again, save space for being braggy, which we never are. I had 4 of these on the top 10 bestseller list at the same time. So big mistake, huge.
Big mistake, huge.
Huge.
And should we answer this girl's question? So we typically don't do Ask a GLU, which is our advice segment that we do every other episode, but not on book club episodes. But a GLU did write in about Dial L for Loser in particular. And so we're going to answer her question. She says, currently rereading Dial L, and I have some questions. While Massie and Alicia were mean times 10 to Claire, do we think Claire didn't include the girls in her plans with Abby on night 1?
So just a quick recap. Claire is in the limo going out with Connor and Abby, and Massie finds out and she's like, call me and let me know where you're going. And Claire never calls because at one point Connor takes her phone and they're like not making it easy for Claire to call. She does have the intention.
Yeah.
But then she gets distracted and Connor takes her phone and like she never gets around to it. This is how I would best describe that situation. Claire's didn't totally not call. She was trying to, but the way she could have gotten her phone back. Let me just take you on a quick journey. So when I was on book tour, at one point I was traveling business class through the publisher. Thank you very much. And I brought an ex-boyfriend with me on book tour. We were going to Chicago and he was sitting in economy because the publisher was just paying for my ticket.
Of
And
course.
he was a big guy. and was in the middle seat between two even bigger guys and was Les Mis, like full on. And I'm
Fully.
like behind the curtain, loving my life. And he texts me and he's like, come back and visit. And I said, okay. So I stood up and like, not even for a second did I want to go back there. Not even to poke my head past the curtain. So I pull back the curtain, make sure he sees me. And then there was like the cart, you know, the drink cart. Kind of in the way, but kind of not. And I did this thing like, oh, I'm trying, but like I can't. Oh, I'm so flustered. I don't know what to do. I better go back to my seat.
Yeah.
And he did like a full stand-up routine about that, like how hilariously pathetic that was. And like, nice try. Like you didn't try. So all this to say, I equate Claire's efforts with having Massie go to me trying to walk back to economy. Did I make the effort? Ish. Sort of did. Ish.
Right.
Could I have gone there if I really wanted to?
Yeah. And what's interesting about that too is like when you're in 7th grade and you're like, I could, but I don't have to. You don't really and this is what happens as we grow up and get older and evolve and whatnot. You don't realize how much your inaction affects other people. You don't understand how that can be so hurtful. And now as adults, obviously we're so mindful. Oh my God, I don't want this person to feel left out. So I'm going to make sure that she knows that she's included, blah, 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 blah. And like, a lot of that stuff happens in middle school where you're just like unintentionally hurting people's feelings left and right because you don't have the social skills or wherewithal yet or maturity.
Yes, that is very true. And that's a very nice point to make for Claire. I would also argue that she fucking didn't want Massie there. She's with 2 movie stars. She's having a moment. Massie's been torturing her the entire time. Massie
and also like the whole dynamic's going to be ruined if you come. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And like we all know those people.
And it was kind of a dick move for Massie to say, call me and include me. Tell me where you're going. I want to go.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't invited. This wasn't her party. And so I'm glad she didn't. Like, again, I don't really fault Claire for much in this book.
I know.
Other than like not slapping Massie in the end and just throwing chocolates at her instead.
Well, as a closing statement for this ep, can you please read your favorite State of the Union from this book? Because every week on the show, we do our current State of the Union where I give my in and out, Lisi gives her in and out, and then we come up with the collective. But for book club episodes, we thought it'd be really fun to read Massie's most chaotic and funny standout State of the Union from each book. So, Lisi, what's the State of the Union from Dial L that really jumped out at you?
This one really does sum up where she's at. In Westchester, out West Coast. In Dial O for over, out Dial L for loser. In Claire, out Massie.
Oh, well, and I guess on that note, we're on to It's Not Easy Being Mean. And I'm going to have a really hard time with this color scheme, orange and blue.
Oof.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I have an orange dress. I know exactly what I'm wearing. Okay, great. I got it. I'm good.
Too, actually, maybe I'll wear mine.
Let's do it. Let's go balls to the walls for It's Not Easy Being Mean. GLUs, thank you so much for listening to our show. Oh my God, I'm Ellen Marlowe.
I'm Lisi Harrison. GLUs, please send us any questions or anything you'd like us to discuss to thestateofthereunion@gmail.com, and we will address it with urgency.
Yes, definitely email us, but also comment on our stuff. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, Oh My God Podcast, we're everywhere. This podcast is available for streaming wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're also in video format on YouTube and on our Substack, stateofthereunion.net, which is so click-centric and it's so much fun over there. You have letters from Lisi, we do fan fiction, behind the scenes content. It's a great place to be. So definitely check out our Substack. And thank you so much for listening to our show. I want to thank our producer, Isabella Betcher, as well as our graphics goddess, Bella Tamayo. And GLUs, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you next Tuesday and also next month for It's Not Easy Being Mean.
Yay! And if you want a full, thick copy of my notes, please just let me know. I'm happy to send them to you.
All right. See you next Tuesday.